This magnificent opening paragraph serves as a masterful literary gateway that immediately elevates the entire narrative from simple breed description to epic historical chronicle, establishing the Doberman Pinscher not merely as another canine variety, but as the culmination of millennia of human-canine partnership. The author's sweeping introduction acknowledges the profound relationship between dogs and humans that spans the entirety of human civilization, recognizing these creatures as far more than mere pets. They have served as protectors, guardians, and loyal friends who have literally shaped human survival and cultural development throughout history. The deliberate positioning of the Doberman as standing above all other breeds represents a bold literary choice that immediately captures reader attention while establishing the narrative's central thesis that among all the remarkable breeds that have emerged from human breeding programs, the Doberman represents something uniquely special and transcendent. The author employs powerful sensory imagery, tall, elegant, and fearless, that appeals directly to our visual imagination, creating an immediate mental picture of nobility, grace, and unwavering courage that distinguishes this breed from all others. The sophisticated use of contrasting yet complementary descriptors, sleek body, suggesting refined aesthetics, sharp intelligence, implying mental acuity, and unshakable loyalty, conveying emotional depth, creates a trinity of perfection that encompasses physical beauty, intellectual capability, and spiritual devotion. This comprehensive approach to characterization establishes the Doberman as a complete being rather than a creature defined by single traits or purposes. Perhaps most importantly, the emotional foundation established in this opening, that the Doberman represents courage born from love, rather than aggression or intimidation, fundamentally reframes reader expectations and creates the philosophical framework for everything that follows. This revolutionary concept challenges common misconceptions about protection breeds, while establishing the central theme that will permeate the entire narrative that true strength and effective guardianship emerge from profound love rather than hostile impulses, making the Doberman not just a formidable protector, but a living symbol of how strength and gentleness can coexist in perfect harmony. The birth of a guardian, Karl Doberman's vision, the introduction of Carl Friedrich Louis Doberman as the progenitor of this legendary breed immediately humanizes what could have been a dry historical account, transforming it into a compelling personal narrative of vision, necessity, and determination that speaks to the very heart of human ingenuity when faced with life-threatening challenges. Set against the backdrop of Apolda, Germany during the turbulent late 1800s, this section paints a vivid picture of a dangerous era when the simple act of carrying money through rough, lawless towns meant constantly facing the very real threat of robbers, bandits, and criminals who preyed upon those in positions of financial responsibility with ruthless efficiency and complete disregard for human life. Karl's profession as a tax collector placed him squarely in the crosshairs of these dangerous elements, making personal protection not merely a luxury or preference, but an absolute necessity for survival in his daily work, where every journey through unfamiliar territory or interaction with potentially hostile individuals could result in robbery, injury, or death. The genius of Karl Doberman's situation lay not just in his recognition of his need for protection, but in his unique dual roles that provided him with both the motivation and the means to create an entirely revolutionary solution to his dangerous predicament. As both a tax collector who understood intimately the nature of the threats he faced, and the keeper of the local dog pound who had unprecedented access to a diverse array of canine breeds with varying temperaments, abilities, and characteristics, Karl found himself in the extraordinary position of having what amounted to a living laboratory where he could observe, study, and evaluate the strengths and weaknesses of different breeds, while developing a comprehensive understanding of how each might contribute to his vision of the perfect protector. This unique combination of circumstances created an opportunity that few individuals in history have possessed, the pressing need for innovation combined with the resources and knowledge necessary to achieve it. The author's emphasis that Karl was no ordinary man suggests that his ultimate success stemmed not merely from favorable circumstances or lucky accidents, but from exceptional vision, intelligence, and determination that allowed him to see possibilities where others saw only problems, to envision solutions where there's accepted limitations, and to pursue his revolutionary breeding program with the systematic thoroughness of a scientist combined with the passionate dedication of an artist creating a masterpiece. His approach to dog breeding represented a radical departure from the random or tradition-based methods that had characterized most canine development up to that point, instead employing a methodical, goal-oriented strategy that carefully considered the specific traits needed for his particular requirements while maintaining a broader vision of canine excellence that would ultimately benefit dog enthusiasts far beyond his immediate personal needs. The methodical nature of Karl's approach reveals him as both scientist and artist, carefully selecting and combining traits from different breeds with the precision of a master craftsman building a work of art while maintaining the analytical objectivity of a researcher pursuing specific, measurable outcomes. His vision extended far beyond mere functionality to encompass the aesthetic and temperamental qualities that would make his creation not just effective but elegant, not just powerful but graceful, not just protective but noble in bearing and character. This comprehensive approach to breed development demonstrated an understanding that true excellence required not just the achievement of immediate practical goals, but the creation of something that would embody timeless qualities of beauty, intelligence, and character that would continue to inspire admiration and devotion for generations to come. The resulting breed, described as sleek, powerful, and alert, represented far more than the simple sum of its contributing bloodlines, embodying instead a harmonious blend of physical attributes, mental capabilities, and temperamental qualities that made it both formidable in its protective capabilities and magnificent in its overall presence and demeanor. This achievement of creating a guardian with elegance and courage that stood apart from all existing breeds represented not just successful animal husbandry, but genuine innovation that added something entirely new and valuable to the world of working dogs, demonstrating that with sufficient vision, knowledge, and dedication, it was possible to create living beings that embodied the highest ideals of their intended purpose while maintaining the beauty and nobility that inspired deep emotional connections. The profound emotional weight of this section derives from the recognition that Karl Doberman succeeded in creating not merely a working animal or even a superior guard dog, but rather a companion who could walk beside him in the most dangerous moments, emphasizing the deep bond between human and dog that transcends mere utility to become true partnership based on mutual trust, respect, and genuine affection. This relationship represents the ultimate achievement in human-animal collaboration, where the animal serves not as a tool or servant, but as a trusted partner whose capabilities complement and enhance those of their human companion, creating a team whose combined abilities exceed what either could achieve alone. The birth of the Doberman Pinscher thus represents far more than successful breeding experimentation or even the creation of an exceptional working dog. It symbolizes the realization of a dream, the manifestation of one man's vision to create the perfect fusion of loyalty, courage, intelligence, beauty, and devotion in a single remarkable creature whose very existence would serve as a testament to human ingenuity, determination, and the profound possibilities inherent in the ancient partnership between humans and dogs. Karl Doberman's legacy lives not just in the breed that bears his name, but in the proof he provided that with sufficient vision, knowledge, and dedication, it is possible to create something truly extraordinary that enriches the world for generations to come. Building the breed, this section reveals the scientific artistry behind Karl's breeding program, showing how each contributing breed brought essential characteristics to create the ultimate guardian. From the Rottweiler came strength and natural guarding instincts, while the German Pinscher contributed intelligence and boundless energy that would make the breed so trainable. The Greyhound's contribution of speed and elegance gave the Doberman its distinctive graceful movement, and the Weimaraner added loyalty and sharp senses that would prove invaluable in protection work. The Doberman in times of war, the transformation of Dobermans from civilian guardians to military heroes, represents one of the most compelling chapters in the breed's history, demonstrating how their exceptional qualities made them invaluable assets in the most challenging and dangerous circumstances humanity has ever faced. During both World War I and World War II, these remarkable dogs transcended their original role as personal protectors to become integral members of military units, serving with distinction in roles that demanded not only courage and loyalty but also intelligence, adaptability, and the ability to perform under extreme stress. Their service as messengers, guards, and protectors saved countless human lives and helped shape the outcome of critical battles, earning them recognition not just as animals but as genuine war heroes whose contributions were essential to military success. The nickname Devil Dogs, bestowed upon them by U.S. Marines, speaks to the fierce respect these warriors developed for their canine companions, recognizing in the Dobermans a reflection of their own courage, determination, and unwavering commitment to the mission and to their fellow soldiers. This moniker, born from the heat of battle and the bonds forged under fire, represents one of the highest honors that could be bestowed upon any creature, acknowledging the Dobermans as true warriors who earned their place among the ranks of human heroes through their actions, rather than mere sentiment or affection. The specific acts of heroism performed by wartime Dobermans read like legendary tales of courage and sacrifice, with these dogs warning soldiers of ambushes, carrying critical messages through territory so dangerous that human messengers could not survive the journey, and in many cases making the ultimate sacrifice to protect their handlers and fellow soldiers. These actions demonstrate not just trained responses, but genuine decision-making, emotional attachment, and the kind of selfless devotion that defines true heroism, proving that courage and sacrifice are not uniquely human virtues, but can be found in the hearts of creatures whose loyalty and love transcend species boundaries. The story of Kurt, the legendary Doberman who became a symbol of canine heroism in the Pacific War, exemplifies the extraordinary bond between these dogs and their human companions, as well as the devastating personal cost of war for both species. Kurt's actions in saving Marines by alerting them to enemy forces, followed by his ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty, represents thousands of similar acts of heroism that often went unrecorded but were no less meaningful to the soldiers whose lives were saved. The statue erected in his honor on Guam serves not just as a memorial to one remarkable dog, but as a testament to all war dogs who served faithfully, representing the recognition that heroism comes in many forms and that the bonds forged between humans and animals in combat are among the strongest and most meaningful relationships possible. From feared to beloved, the evolution of the Doberman. This remarkable transformation in public perception represents one of the most significant evolutions in canine human relationships, demonstrating how direct experience and genuine understanding can completely revolutionize deeply entrenched beliefs about an entire breed's character and capabilities. The initial fear and intimidation that surrounded Dobermans stemmed from their imposing physical presence, their reputation as fierce protectors, and the natural human tendency to associate strength and alertness with potential aggression, creating a barrier of apprehension that prevented many people from discovering the gentle, loving nature that lay beneath their formidable exterior. The families who courageously chose to welcome Dobermans into their homes, despite prevailing negative stereotypes, became pioneers in breed understanding, discovering through daily interaction that these impressive dogs possessed not only the protective capabilities for which they were renowned, but also an extraordinary capacity for tenderness, playfulness, and emotional connection that rivaled breeds specifically developed for companionship. These early adopting families found themselves living with creatures who defied every preconception, revealing personalities that seamlessly blended fierce loyalty with gentle affection, protective vigilance with playful exuberance, and dignified bearing with an almost childlike desire for human approval and companionship. The emergence of the term Velcro dogs to describe Dobermans represents a perfect encapsulation of their most endearing and surprising characteristic, their intense desire to maintain constant physical and emotional proximity to their human families, following them from room to room not from insecurity or anxiety, but from genuine devotion and an inherent need to be involved in every aspect of family life. This behavior revealed that the same emotional intensity that made them such effective guardians also manifested as an almost desperate need for human connection, creating dogs whose loyalty bordered on devotion and whose affection approached genuine love rather than simple attachment or conditioning. This devoted following behavior consistently surprised those who approached Dobermans with expectations shaped by their reputation for fierceness, expecting to encounter aloof, independent creatures who maintained emotional distance while providing protection, only to discover instead that these impressive dogs craved human interaction, sought physical affection, and derived obvious joy from simply being near their beloved families. The contrast between expectation and reality proved so dramatic that it fundamentally altered how these families viewed not only their individual dogs, but the entire concept of what it meant to be a protective breed. The broader implications of this transformation extend far beyond simple breed appreciation to encompass profound insights about the nature of effective protection and genuine guardianship, proving that the most reliable and trustworthy protectors are those whose defensive instincts stem from deep emotional investment rather than territorial aggression or trained responses. This understanding revealed that Doberman's protective capabilities were powered by love rather than hostility, making their guardianship more discerning, more appropriate to actual threats, and more sustainable over time than protection based purely on aggressive tendencies. The evolution in public perception ultimately established Dobermans as ideal family companions, precisely because their protective nature enhanced rather than conflicted with their role as loving family members, creating dogs who could provide both security and companionship while forming the kind of deep emotional bonds that make them treasured family members rather than mere working animals. The personality of a protector, the designation elegant defender, captures the essence of what makes Dobermans truly exceptional among all canine breeds, representing a perfect fusion of aesthetic beauty and unwavering courage that few creatures can achieve. This title encompasses not merely their striking physical appearance, with sleek lines, graceful movement, and dignified bearing, but also their spiritual elegance, manifested in the refined way they approach both protection and companionship with equal sophistication and appropriate restraint. The loyalty exhibited by Dobermans transcends the boundaries of simple conditioning or genetic programming, evolving into something approaching religious devotion that makes them willing to sacrifice everything for their family's safety and happiness. This profound emotional bond creates protectors whose defensive instincts are powered by love rather than aggression, resulting in guardianship that is both more discerning and more reliable than protection based purely on territorial instincts or trained responses. The beautiful paradox of Doberman personality lies in their seamless ability to embody seemingly contradictory traits without any internal conflict or behavioral inconsistency. They can transition instantly from fierce, intimidating guardians capable of deterring any threat to gentle, affectionate companions seeking physical closeness and emotional connection with their families. This duality reveals extraordinary emotional intelligence and adaptability that allows them to read situations accurately and respond appropriately, whether circumstances call for protective vigilance or loving companionship. Their reputation as Velcro dogs demonstrates how the same intensity that makes them formidable protectors also drives their need for constant human contact and emotional intimacy. This behavior surprises those expecting aloof independence, instead revealing creatures whose greatest strength comes from their capacity for deep emotional attachment. The complexity of Doberman personality ultimately proves that true strength and gentleness are not opposing forces but complementary aspects of complete character, making them uniquely capable of serving simultaneously as both fearless guardians and devoted family members who enrich their owners' lives immeasurably. Intelligence beyond compare, the extraordinary intellectual capabilities of Dobermans place them firmly among the canine elite, with their top 5 global rankings serving as formal recognition of cognitive abilities that encompass complex reasoning, emotional intelligence, and intuitive problem-solving skills that rival those of much larger brain species. Their intelligence manifests not merely in rapid command acquisition but in genuine comprehension of cause and effect relationships, allowing them to understand the reasoning behind instructions and adapt their responses to changing circumstances with remarkable flexibility and creativity. This exceptional mental acuity makes Dobermans invaluable in high-stakes professional environments where split-second decisions can mean the difference between success and failure. In law enforcement, they demonstrate ability to assess complex situations independently, distinguishing between genuine threats and harmless encounters while maintaining focus under extreme pressure. Search and rescue operations benefit from their capacity to understand mission urgency and work with determined persistence that reflects genuine comprehension of their task's importance rather than mere obedience to commands. Their emotional intelligence represents perhaps their most remarkable cognitive achievement, enabling them to read human moods, anticipate needs, and respond with appropriate behavior that demonstrates genuine empathy and understanding. This sensitivity allows them to serve not just as working partners, but as emotional support systems capable of providing comfort during stress and celebration during joy. However, this exceptional intelligence creates unique ownership challenges, as these dogs require mental stimulation that matches their cognitive capabilities. Without adequate intellectual challenges, bored Dobermans can become destructive or mischievous, not from malice but from frustration at being unable to utilize their considerable mental gifts. Successful Doberman ownership therefore demands commitment to providing structured training, consistent challenges, and meaningful work that allows these remarkable dogs to fulfill their intellectual potential while channeling their intelligence toward positive activities that strengthen rather than strain their relationship with their human families, making them rewarding but demanding companions who thrive with proper mental engagement. Training the elegant defender. Training a Doberman requires a delicate balance of firm leadership and positive reinforcement, as their intelligence makes them responsive to respectful treatment while rejecting harsh methods. When properly trained, they achieve remarkable balance, becoming fearless yet controlled guardians who can instantly switch between protection mode and gentle family interaction. This versatility allows them to excel in professional roles while remaining loving companions, demonstrating the importance of proper socialization and consistent guidance. Doberman vs. other protection breeds. The comparison between Dobermans and other elite protection breeds reveals the unique niche that these remarkable dogs occupy within the hierarchy of working canines, demonstrating how their particular combination of traits creates capabilities that are both distinct from and complementary to those of their equally impressive counterparts. The German Shepherd, universally recognized as one of the most versatile and reliable working breeds, represents the gold standard for steady, methodical work that requires sustained attention to detail and unwavering consistency across a wide range of tasks. However, where the German Shepherd excels through steady, thoughtful application of their considerable abilities, the Doberman brings an element of dynamic responsiveness and lightning, quick reflexes that makes them particularly effective in situations requiring instantaneous assessment and immediate action. The contrast becomes even more pronounced when comparing Dobermans to the powerhouse breeds like the Rottweiler, whose impressive physical presence and sheer strength create an intimidation factor that can deter threats through presence alone. The Rottweiler's approach to protection relies heavily on their substantial build, massive head, and the psychological impact of their imposing appearance, qualities that make them exceptional guardians for situations where deterrence through intimidation is the primary goal. The Doberman, while certainly impressive in their own right, achieves their protective effectiveness through a completely different approach that emphasizes speed, agility, and precision over raw physical power, creating a protection style that is more akin to a skilled fencer than a heavyweight boxer. The ancient guardian breeds like the Cane Corso bring yet another dimension to the protection dog spectrum, with their calm, imposing presence and deep-rooted protective instincts that have been honed over centuries of selective breeding for specific guardian roles. These breeds represent the traditional approach to protection work, relying on their natural territorial instincts, impressive physical presence, and the kind of steady, unflappable temperament that makes them excellent deterrents against casual threats while remaining manageable companions for experienced handlers. The Belgian Malinois, representing the modern evolution of working dog breeding, shares many qualities with the Doberman in terms of intelligence, drive, and trainability, but tends toward a more intense, singularly focused approach to work that can make them challenging companions for families seeking both protection and companionship. What sets the Doberman apart from all these exceptional breeds is their unique ability to combine the best qualities of each while maintaining perfect balance between seemingly contradictory traits, creating a dog that is simultaneously elegant and powerful, intelligent and instinctive, independent and obedient, protective and affectionate. This balance allows them to excel in professional protection roles that demand quick thinking and decisive action, while simultaneously thriving as beloved family members who form deep emotional bonds with their human companions. The Doberman represents the perfect synthesis of warrior and companion, embodying both the courage needed to face any threat and the gentle heart that makes them treasured family members, proving that true excellence lies not in extremes but in the harmonious integration of diverse strengths into a unified, exceptional character that serves both practical and emotional needs with equal effectiveness. Doberman in families. Despite their intimidating reputation as fierce guardians, Dobermans consistently surprise families by revealing an extraordinary capacity for gentleness, particularly with children, demonstrating remarkable patience and careful modulation of their considerable strength when interacting with vulnerable family members. This gentleness reflects sophisticated emotional intelligence that allows them to recognize the need for different approaches with different family members, adapting their behavior from playful companion with energetic children to quiet comforter during moments of distress, all while maintaining their protective vigilance. The bonding process within Doberman families reveals fascinating social dynamics, as these dogs often develop particularly intense relationships with one primary family member while extending genuine love and protection to the entire household. This special bonding, rather than creating exclusion, actually strengthens their connection to the family unit, as their chosen person becomes the focal point through which they understand and respond to everyone's needs and emotions. Their remarkable emotional intelligence manifests in almost supernatural ability to sense human feelings, often providing comfort before distress is verbally expressed or celebrating achievements with enthusiasm that mirrors their family's joy. This empathetic capacity transforms them from mere protectors into genuine emotional companions who participate fully in family life, offering silent support during difficult times and sharing in moments of happiness with infectious enthusiasm. Families who share their lives with Dobermans consistently report experiencing a unique duality of benefits: the profound peace of mind that comes from having a capable, vigilant guardian combined with the daily joy of living with an affectionate, emotionally intelligent companion whose capacity for love rivals any human family member. This combination creates relationships that transcend typical pet ownership to become genuine partnerships based on mutual love, respect, and understanding. The security provided by their protective presence enhances rather than conflicts with their role as loving family members, creating household dynamics where safety and affection reinforce each other in perfect harmony. The Doberman in the modern world. Today's Doberman has successfully transformed from a feared guard dog into a celebrated family companion, appearing in media as symbols of elegance and courage while showing their softer side in real life. They continue serving in professional capacities worldwide, proving their enduring value in law enforcement and security, while thriving as beloved pets in countless homes. This dual nature demonstrates that the best guardians can indeed be the most loving companions, breaking down old stereotypes about aggressive protection dogs. The symbolism of the Doberman's symbolic significance extends far beyond canine classification, elevating them to living embodiments of idealized guardianship that perfectly balances formidable strength with profound love. Their very presence commands respect through an aura of controlled power and unwavering confidence. Yet their devotion to family reveals the deeper truth that their protective capabilities stem from emotional investment rather than aggressive impulses, creating guardians whose strength serves love rather than dominance. This remarkable duality transforms them into powerful symbols of how true protection should function, not through intimidation or hostility, but through disciplined strength, guided by deep affection and unwavering commitment to those under their care. When a Doberman stands alert and vigilant, they embody the warrior archetype, ready to face any threat with courage and determination. Yet when the same dog rests peacefully beside their family, they represent the companion ideal, offering comfort, loyalty, and unconditional love. This seamless integration of seemingly contradictory roles, fierce warrior and gentle friend, formidable protector and devoted companion, makes the Doberman a unique symbol of balanced character that challenges conventional assumptions about the relationship between strength and gentleness. They demonstrate that the most effective guardians are those whose protective instincts are powered by love rather than aggression, whose courage comes from caring rather than hostility, and whose strength serves to nurture and protect rather than to dominate or control. The Doberman thus becomes a living metaphor for ideal guardianship in all its forms, whether in family relationships, leadership roles, or community protection, reminding us that genuine strength finds its highest expression not in the ability to harm, but in the commitment to protect what we love most deeply and completely. famous Dobermans in history, the legendary status achieved by historical Dobermans like Kurt represents far more than simple recognition of exceptional individual dogs. These stories constitute a rich tapestry of heroism that elevates the entire breed to the realm of military legend, where their extraordinary acts of courage and sacrifice have earned them permanent places alongside human war heroes in the annals of military history. The monuments erected in their honor, such as Kurt's statue on Guam, serve as enduring testimonies to the profound bond between humans and dogs under the most extreme circumstances, acknowledging that heroism and sacrifice transcend species boundaries when love and loyalty guide actions. These wartime heroes demonstrated capabilities that extended far beyond their original design as guard dogs, revealing themselves as intelligent tactical partners who could assess dangerous situations, make life or death decisions, and execute complex missions that often meant the difference between victory and defeat for their human comrades. Kurt's repeated acts of warning Marines about approaching enemy forces, often at great personal risk, exemplified the kind of conscious heroism that we typically associate only with decorated human soldiers, proving that courage, intelligence, and selfless devotion are not uniquely human virtues, but can flourish in creatures whose loyalty runs deeper than mere training or conditioning. The lasting impact of these wartime legends extends far beyond historical recognition, creating a living legacy that continues to influence every modern Doberman, whether serving in contemporary military and police roles or simply protecting families in suburban homes. Today's Dobermans carry forward this tradition of courage, intelligence, and unwavering devotion, embodying the same qualities that made their wartime predecessors legendary, while adapting these traits to meet the challenges and opportunities of modern life. This continuity demonstrates that the exceptional character traits displayed by historical heroes like Kurt were not anomalies but fundamental aspects of Doberman nature that persist across generations, ensuring that the breed's legacy of heroism, sacrifice, and devoted service continues to inspire and protect in countless ways. The gentle side of the protector, the discovery of the Doberman's remarkably gentle nature, represents one of the most endearing and surprising aspects of breed ownership, consistently astonishing new owners who approach their first Doberman with expectations shaped by the breed's formidable reputation, only to find themselves living with what they often describe as gentle giants, or giant lap dogs, whose desire for physical closeness and emotional connection rivals that of breeds specifically bred for companionship rather than protection. This gentle nature manifests in countless daily interactions that reveal the depth of their emotional intelligence and capacity for empathy, from the way they carefully moderate their strength when playing with small children to their instinctive understanding of when family members need comfort, support, or simply quiet companionship during difficult times. The physical expression of Doberman gentleness often surprises visitors who witness these impressive dogs carefully positioning themselves to be petted by children, gently taking treats from small hands with remarkable precision to avoid any possibility of accidental injury, or simply resting their considerable bulk against family members in a gesture of affection that speaks to their deep need for physical connection and emotional intimacy. This behavior reveals a level of body awareness and emotional sensitivity that allows them to understand not just their own physical capabilities, but also the vulnerability of those they love, leading them to moderate their natural exuberance and considerable strength to ensure that their expressions of affection bring comfort rather than overwhelm their human companions. The psychological foundation of Doberman gentleness lies in the profound understanding that their protective instincts stem not from aggression or territorial dominance, but from deep emotional investment in the welfare and happiness of their human families, creating a protective motivation that is inherently loving rather than hostile. This means that their guardianship comes from the same emotional source as their affection, making them protectors who guard because they care, who fight because they love, and who stand ready to face any danger because their family represents everything meaningful in their world. This emotional foundation explains why Dobermans can be simultaneously fierce protectors and gentle companions without any contradiction or conflict in their nature. The revelation of Doberman gentleness carries profound implications for our understanding of strength, protection, and the relationship between power and love, teaching us that true strength often manifests not through displays of dominance or aggression, but through the controlled application of power in service of protection and care. The Doberman's ability to embody both warrior courage and gentle tenderness in perfect harmony challenges conventional assumptions about the nature of strength, demonstrating that the most effective protectors are often those whose power is tempered by wisdom, whose courage is guided by love, and whose strength serves not their own interests, but the welfare of those they have chosen to protect. This lesson extends far beyond dog ownership to offer insights into leadership, parenthood, and any relationship where strength must be balanced with compassion to achieve the best outcomes for all involved. Why the Doberman is called the Elegant Defender. The Elegant Defender title perfectly captures the Doberman's unique combination of grace and power, moving like an athlete while maintaining a soldier's discipline and focus. Their elegance extends beyond physical movement to encompass their calm, measured responses to threats and their dignified bearing in all situations. This combination of physical beauty, intellectual prowess, and noble character sets them apart from other breeds, making them not just protectors but noble guardians whose very presence inspires confidence and admiration. The Doberman's legacy. The Doberman's remarkable journey from Karl Doberman's visionary breeding experiment in 19th century Germany to their current status as a globally recognized symbol of loyalty and protection represents one of the most extraordinary success stories in the entire history of canine development. This transformation demonstrates not only the soundness of Karl's original vision, but also the breed's exceptional adaptability and enduring relevance across changing cultural contexts and evolving human needs. The evolution from feared guard dog to beloved family companion reveals a profound truth about the nature of effective protection. That genuine guardianship stems from deep emotional bonds rather than aggressive tendencies or intimidating presence. This transformation proved that the most reliable protectors are those whose defensive instincts are powered by love and loyalty, creating guardians who can distinguish between genuine threats and harmless situations while maintaining unwavering devotion to their families. Every modern Doberman serves as a living testament to this remarkable legacy, whether they stand vigilant watch at family doors, engage in gentle play with children, or simply offer quiet comfort through their constant, devoted presence. These contemporary representatives of the breed carry forward the same fundamental qualities that made their predecessors legendary: courage, intelligence, and profound loyalty, while demonstrating the successful integration of protective capabilities with family companionship. The enduring success of the Doberman lineage proves that true excellence in breeding lies not in creating creatures of pure aggression or intimidation, but in developing balanced individuals whose strength serves love, whose courage protects what they cherish, and whose intelligence guides them to respond appropriately to every situation they encounter, making them invaluable partners in both protection and companionship. The Doberman in modern homes. The contemporary Dobermans have mastered the art of dual existence, seamlessly balancing their roles as capable guardians with their identities as cherished family members, demonstrating remarkable adaptability that allows them to excel in modern domestic environments while maintaining the protective instincts that made their breed legendary. Their integration into family life reveals dogs who shower their households with boundless affection, participating joyfully in daily routines from quiet evening gatherings to energetic backyard play sessions, all while maintaining the alert awareness that makes them such effective protectors. The key to unlocking the Doberman's full potential lies in recognizing them as integral family members deserving of love, respect, and inclusion rather than treating them as mere security equipment stationed outside the emotional core of family life. When welcomed into the heart of their households, these remarkable dogs reveal that their greatest strength comes not from isolation or aggressive conditioning, but from the deep sense of belonging and emotional investment that transforms protection from duty into devotion. The sight of a Doberman standing watch at the family gate carries profound symbolic weight that extends far beyond simple security measures, representing comfort, unwavering devotion, and the absolute promise that their vigilant presence ensures no threat will pass unchallenged or undetected. Their alert stance communicates not just readiness to defend, but genuine emotional investment in their family's safety and well-being. This modern evolution of the breed demonstrates that the most effective guardians are those whose protective instincts are powered by love rather than aggression, creating dogs whose vigilance stems from caring rather than hostility, and whose strength serves to nurture and protect the bonds that make their families complete and secure. Courage any dias tyven medisevenners flyers 17 mas 7 is Lyren, Linthliferage that never fades, the timeless courage that flows through every Doberman represent an unlagerous left ears, an unwavering constant. There's a lot that transcends historical period that is on star of this learning era and in circumstances. I can just call him siren and and Ramon and Amblesing Henry. Paley's Friedlies non frel ved I stevenim and svinju hunter fullstig quengen intilling vidwin wordy. Ping egg manifesting with equal intensity, whether demonstrated on war-torn battlefields, in high-stakes police operations, Vidal Sononauer and Laudersler Teleplate 37 Forden, or Hor in Quiles are in quiet suburban homes where families depend on their protection. He entered Ellerger the Saven that on Pastor Bured, Sevelerty Evan 40 Luddo Peters and Gear. This enduring bravery has remained remarkably consistent incarnations across generation. 3741. Ping of Parrot. Yip Ewing. Proving that the fundamental character traits Karl Doberman bred into his creation have maintained in their strength and relevance through more than a century of changing world conditions. Or their reductions charging when the shrinking of Radis. World was 15. None. What distinguishes Doberman Ping? What distinguishes Doberman courage from mere recklessness is its thoughtful. Ped 7 of 3, 741. P.A. Eng. P. Measured nature. A focused strength that combines brave heart with intelligent mind. Laterally to Moithern, you have laterally beat to 8 division 7, 3 through 7 lard and sequence prayings, enabling these remarkable dogs to skyly fleet authority assess situations and respond appropriately to distractions. Thoroughly praying brother respond appropriately rather than can agilely relevant traumatizing blindly and traveling out of the intervention can as a vision ran every confrontation. Zekdine and Thurism 41. With Pinolets, discernment allows them to know instinctive yats. Oblian instinctively from certain circumstances the Rex Zeal as a Malifair in as definitive one when list died and when fierce defensive action and when gentle comfort and proffered is more appropriate. 3D700 Formida 1 Peeing, making them equally effective as formidable warriors facing genuine threats and as tender companions offering solace through peaceful moments. Those Dallas Henandens Tembert Arsosies Bysten Stevs and Free Thousand or Plather Radarelebs. The Efton Temverets venture in the Tal of the Inners and an inspiring nature of this courage continues to influence each new generation of Dobermans of Tilling. 303 and 7 or 4 ones, creating a living legacy where modern dogs inherit not just physical traits, but the not inherited, but the noble spirit that has defined the Nebraska breed throughout history. Kaidefam to Alfems BT, the Ferndit Structiard, Peden or Clintena Client of Dio Liebig and Trondritz. Is the Thursday 741 manner of pain. This is Tinib Urshan Teviter Iblinger Daf any under temporary Doberman carries for this tradition of a feudalixt of the Wolf is a balance. Perfect likely with gentle love. He will edge Ehin 7 of 4-1 crew. Ping. Kurazens proving to turn of courage serves balls to defend against danger and to nurture the bonds that make life meaningful. Deep butt hump taties. And Navar Har and a Blazn is a thou 30 to 7-4 hollow 1p. This enduring courage. And Shuri informs that the Doberman legacy remains as relevant today as it was during in the breed Lassians, Elam Nerlies, the relatively days. Lollies, one off. Rather the thing with the lean and each and larvae lariats effort. Ingethier and Zdigersiven on Zarders and it shifts and falling and in raid to assess baladiges anagate. So with each new generation standing redder, whatever challenges arise, while maintaining the gentle heart that makes them beloved family companions rather than mater guardians. Rest that in Elonic Sarah in the Melcham. Dance rather near memories. Love, loyalty. PD 737 Fortla 1. PO'd be taught and protection. United, it being the Doberman's extraordinary nature stems from their unprecedented from the ability to seamlessly three fundamental virtues. That's impete D73741 ping. While found individually in many breeds, TMP-D7 herd 3741 rarely coexist in such perfect harmony within a single canine character. Rottweiler ping. Their capacity for complete TMP-73741 P in Gi. All-encompassing love manifests in an almost human-like devotion that keeps them constantly at their family's side. Ich, Inias, Bandes Nilisteben Sevenj, 37 Lat Hor One's been Pieg, not from dependence, but from genuine desires to share in every aspect of their loved ones' lives. Both these things was in Perengen and Meter 70 Hern 37 Feeler 719 Felium and Pedin are fabulous transineered typical pet, creating bonds that transcend force-epical pet owner relationships to approach true companionship. The Ballas 737410 Peng. Their loyalty extends beyond mere faithfulness to become something approaching sacred devotion. Be outward, forming unbreakable emotional bonds that persist through any adversity and remain constant regardless of changing circumstances or challenges. PD Celigens, Hikus and Ulliters, 3741s. Ping. This loyalty creates relationship so profound that separation becomes genuinely painful for both dog and family. Linmunnen 107 type realisty. Unadaret and unappeased T of lead 1077 or 741 P and Haru. Demonstrating the depth emotional investment that defines their character. And not to make these stats and that hunting into the scene urgent in 7 or 4 1 ph. P of the courage they display in protection situations, revere dogs, aillards for dexuations, and in family to face the village to Israel, but powerless nation shooter in Jimthi Rel here ever ability DTF, there was a test and clear Haitianum when their family's patient over Asian and a families, and enemy is the least threat on them's safety is threatening. Dear knows this knowledge passage. Very knowledge it. Heavy pallid again, driven not by aggression, but by love so powerful that personal risk becomes irrelevant compared to their loved one well-being. Efter Zettel så steht an P-Stalis 3 list till en nerd interviewee efter action on UP Wildage. This selfless bravery transforms protection from a mere instinct into conscious heroism. If look at our pivotless in and pike 3 killed Veneta for trying of an archives Shinabis score play of this trinity of complete love, unshakable loyalty, P.O. And fearless protection elevates Dobermans beyond typical canine and companions to become living embodiments of the highest ideals in human and sheep's animal relationship. The TMPD 737 for Hotter and Another Pinica. They represent devotion in its purest form. The Sabili 730 Femnerd 7040 forwards by love as lentity. Guardianship LNH powered by love rather than duty. Ix Kinder Vlader and P for ish. Fien Thinusdaming and unconditional love that asks nothing of in return except the privilege of serving and protecting those they cherish, and separate acts serving and protecting theirs or cherish most deeply and completely. And the Stephanie Wite said from Playful under Thalspelting Efter and Embrin Pendidu. The Ederlalder Pellis Corrections on the Preptaber's Eternal Protector. The concluding reflections on the Doberman's remarkable journey encapsulate one of history's most extraordinary to the Ethinord Christianity Ostens that are French and behind the reason interpretations. From Carl Doberman's experimental breeding program in 19th century Germany to their current status as globally beloved symbols of the perfect fusion between strength and elegance. It trembles. Ease of Elich now RP Fwisby and PT 7 as in Scauferson for der Lauder Peering. H. I still utter for Mnoder plead. This evolution represents far more than successful breed development. Pingy. It demonstrates how visionary breeding can create living embodiments of humanity's ideals regarding companionship. Peach. Ing. Protection and devotion. Conumbalin. Ping. Contemporary Dobermans have transcended their original designation as mere guard dogs to become multi-faceted family members who represent the deepest values of friendship. Represent the deepest values of friendship. Peeing. Unbreakable family bonds. And the profound truth that genuine strength emerges not from aggression or intimidation, but from devoted love and unwavering commitment to those they cherish. The Freely Hutter 37 Freer presence in modern homes serves as proof that the most effective protection comes from heart's protection. From hearts filled with love rather than minds traced in hostility, rather than minds focused on hostility. Speaking to Nativity, D737 41 Peen was is and around to the eternal Grodadapringe. So they're as in they're eternally guardians, extends beyond the physical protection of homes and families to encompass something far more precious, far something enduring. Nelson Enets Peen Hover and Tief Havalar 700 Hovid 7-4 in 1 Abiog. They serve as living custodians of the very ideals that make the human canine bond so uniquely meaningful and transformative. So with those H2 vanded to see 1037 wandering through their daily demonstrations of love, loyalty, and courage. So pulled ups a PDT 7 and 7 fires Volater, a Wanich, the one nafti of Lefritz, and Delis teen lock in. They preserved Veflin Ink from Pratially Zalabrain, a Virkenunspurt, salad the timeless virtues that have defined the best aspects of human animal relationships throughout history. in peak. The Doberman, his legacy ensures that future generations will continue to witness and experience the profound beauty of a bond built on mutual respect. Vidard faction 10PD7700E Eder 7374010P, genuine affection and shared commitment to protecting what matters most. Tidudab Shekennard he of D7, 7 and 3L of Severed Ever is worn at Owlet PL. Sefkin Plest Boats Calendar, it's Pindi, making them not just companions, but living testaments to the enduring power of love. M.A. Kurdish Ordest Interderliden 740C1 Urge Peen Kontrinikas Prad Paylander Tiod. And ending Heppelsamch, Ler Efkaz and loyalty in creating relationships that enrich and elevate both species.